What's happening YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mr. London Plumber. So today we're going to do what we always do, which is wrap up our whole week with content, because I provide content on my channel which mainly is about plumbing, but I do a lot of other stuff. So that's why I've made this kind of like wrapping up what did I do within a whole week, instead of giving you, short bursts of content. So I hope that works best for you. But before we start the video, what I do want to remind you guys is about subscribing. If we look at this point here, we can see how many people have subscribed and how many people haven't. I appreciate the ones who have subscribed. Again, I'll be doing a 10k giveaway on my Instagram, so definitely look for my Instagram handle in the description of every video which I post, and make sure you're following us on there as well, because I'm giving it away on there, because we've hit a milestone. It took a long time to get to 10k. So I want to appreciate the people who have been following me on my journey. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to talk about it, yeah? I was in an advert for VW. That's right, Volkswagen. And it's on TV right now. I'm going to do a whole separate video, which is just explaining about how I, Mr. London Plumber, I'm the only tradesperson in that video, but also allowed to wear my logo on my top. I know this isn't my logo here. We know that. You know what my logo looks like. It looks like that over there. So that's what my logo looks like, and we're wearing it in the video. So I will go into that at some point, but I just definitely want to say congratulations to myself at the end of the day. I think that was, and that is, one of my biggest collaborations to date. So, for me as a small content creator, remember, I haven't even got 10,000 followers on 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, but hopefully one day we'll get there, innit? And when we do get there, we'll celebrate that as well, because I guess being a plumber and being this content creator, yeah, everybody doesn't follow me, innit? You got to understand that, innit? So you fall into certain pockets of life, innit? I think generally when people need a plumber, they call on you, innit? And in other times, they're not really thinking of you so much, but that's just the way how life is, innit? Even though, I would like them to be interested all the time. Again, sometimes it might mean for me to change a little bit of my content or what I'm showing you or what I'm doing. That's why I try and mix it up, especially with this video as well, man. That's the whole point of this video, is to be able to mix up my content and show you the different stuff we do. So I've said to you about the VW advert. Again, that is the top of the top of the top of the top. Shout out VW for getting me involved with that. Definitely appreciate that. When I saw that on TV, it's made me smile at the end of the day, innit? These are the things that I can show my family and they can be proud of, and they can say, do you know what? You're doing your thing. And that's what it is. That's what it's all about. It's not about showboating on, I think. At the end of the day, you should be proud of your achievements, innit? And I'm proud of all of my achievements up to this day. So everything what I've done, collabed with small, big, relatively small companies, relatively really big globally companies. At the end of the day, it's just about exposure and actually getting myself out there more. And that's why I make these videos for YouTube as well, because again, I know it's a different demographic or different group of people that watch the YouTube videos. You might be sitting at home, you might be going somewhere and you're watching this video, and it's just something to listen to. It might be background for you. It might be something which you watch religiously. Hopefully it is something you watch religiously, because again, I'm just showing you the way how I'm just climbing the ladder for myself. But also I've told you about diversity and problems which I've faced during this little struggle on the way up. But we continue at a pace which is professional, but also transparent as well, innit? Because I feel that that's you knowing the best version of myself, innit? And the honest version at the end of the day as well. So let's get to talking about what I've been up to. So one thing I do want to mention is I've been featured on quite a lot of podcasts, plumbing podcasts and stuff like that. I'm doing some more, so there's some stuff coming out soon. The most recent one I've done, I'm going to show on this side, and I'm going to leave a link to the bio so you guys can go and check that out. But I'm here to tell you about my own one, obviously, innit? I'm here to tell you about tradespeople behind the tools, innit? So that's my new episode of my podcast, which is on Spotify at the moment now. Again, that will be in the link in the description below. So look out for all that information, because I definitely try and fit everything in and make them so people can grab the information, what I'm talking about, straight away from the description of this video. So let's talk about a few jobs what I've done this week. So I've done a difficult job, which was, it was difficult in a sense of like, you know, when you're working sometimes, yeah, you want to make the job as easy as you can for yourself, innit? So that's what I tend to do all the time. So I've fitted in thousands of taps, but one of them can give you the massive problem. And everyone's had one, if you know what it's like. So this was just a monoblock tap. And it was in a vanity unit, so I had to pull out the vanity unit. I thought the drawers would be able to slide off the runners, but that wasn't happening. And when that doesn't happen, how else are you going to get underneath to be able to take off that back nut, or to be able to turn the water off in general on it? So you just need to think about these things. So the process of that job went easier because I was able to think about, how am I going to do this? And don't get me wrong, I did try to take the drawer off. That was the first thing. And when I couldn't get the drawer off, I decided to use the box spanners. But this is the trick, and this is what people sometimes are not really talking about, is that having a roll which has all of the box spanners on, they're going to help you in different ways when it comes to being a plumber. Because if I didn't have the sizes, I think it was size 8. If I didn't have that size 8 to taking off a 12, that's the size what I took off, which was a size 12 to an 8, I wouldn't have been able to get them off. But they all kind of slide into each other. So hopefully you can see that on the video, which I'm showing on the side, so you guys can see what was the easiest way for me to do it. Again, I just try and make not content which people don't understand, but if it was difficult for me, I'm definitely going to make some content about it, because I realized that other people would struggle with the same type of things. And this is the whole ethos of like me making these videos, so I can sit down and do long form content and speak to you guys about those jobs, innit? So once I was managed to get the water turned off, it was quite straightforward with getting everything else off, because I do believe there was only one nut holding on the back with the clip. So I've got that off quite easy, and then managed to get the tap out. And something I always do, which is tidy around the wash hand basin, you know, it's just as the monoblock, as the hole as you see as it goes in. Sometimes you get a bit of dirt around that side bit and all that. So it's worth trying to get something to clean that up before you put the new tap in it. And I'm sure the customer will notice that. Just little things like that will be better for yourself. It's just good practice as well. So I made sure I'd done that, and then we got the new tap in, and luckily the hoses were near enough the same type of size, so there was no altering the pipe work. You want to check that out as well, because there's many a times when you get these new taps in and they might be just a bit shorter, or I've had to use the fitting is a straight cup link, yeah. So sometimes you might just want to use the cup link in between just to get on it, because it's got a rubber nut, it's got a rubber washer inside the flexi hose. So you want to be mindful of that as well. And obviously you don't need to tighten it up too tight, innit? But you should know that as well. But I could cover that in another video if that helps you guys. But yeah, just learning those basics and making sure you get those things right are important. I just need to get a little bit of a drink. I do want to make sure that everyone is subscribed though, innit? Subscribe to the channel, because it gets my reach to go further. And again, if you learn something from any of these videos and what I'm talking and what I'm saying, it would help the channel if you subscribed, because I want to build this channel to bigger and better things. I want to do a lot more things with it. Like I said, I've got a few bits of stuff coming out. So jumping back from the first job, I checked it. It was all sweet, fine. We'll knock on to another job now. What I do want to talk about is a documentary which I'm in, which is called Humble in the Jungle with Mike G. So Mike G is a rapper and also a plumber he's a rapper from the 80s. He was running around the times of like Queen Latifah, LL Cool J and people like that. I'm going to be releasing some snippets of the documentary, which is featuring myself. Funny enough, I'm in one of the first clips of it as well. When he sent it to me, I was like, rah, you put me in there at the beginning. I'm like, oh. But it was all love, man. Shout out Mike G, shout out Kelly and all of the rest of the production team as well, putting that documentary together beautifully. And again, to be featured on something like that myself, it's amazing. And what I will do is I'll leave one of the links in this in the description box, so look out for that as well. So that's the documentary which I'm in, which is, yeah, that's from like all the way from America to UK. And it featured me, man. It was a proud moment for myself, but it was something that I wanted to be a part of when I heard about what the message was. So the message is to unite, and why we don't unite so much as black tradesmen. And obviously, as you can see, I'm black in it. So I want to do something for my community as well. I want to be a good representation, and if people have something to say to me about it, I'm going to say my views on it and how I feel about it, because how I feel about it is totally different to other people. I do believe that if you've got a voice, you should speak up, and if you have a role to play, definitely play that. I play my role, and I speak the truth in the things which I believe in, especially when it comes to construction and trades, and how black people are in the trade and how we can grow tighter unity, whether it's UK or US. Do you know what I mean? We relate on a different level. So you'll see that when you watch the documentary for yourself. But again, that's all natural because Mike is such a cool guy. That's all I can say. I spent a little bit of time with him to get to know him and all that. I went to one of his shows as well up in Camden in Jazz Cafe, and he was dope, man. He was rocking the stage. Again, like, I can't believe someone does this and does that. But again, you could do anything you want in life. That's what that showed me. It showed me that anything is possible. So when I tell you guys that I'm on TV for ITV, when I'm on a documentary, or when I'm even on a TV advert like with VW, which I explained earlier in the video, you can do anything. You try not to put yourself into a pocket of life where, oh, it's because I've got this day job, I don't do nothing else. No. Live your life. That's what I will tell everybody. You never know what opportunity is going to come round the corner for you. I've got many other opportunities and things which I'm going to explore, which are on the way, which I don't speak about now, but I know that are coming up and that are definitely going to be significant things for myself, because they're building me in areas which I'm not known in. I'm not known in like America like I'm known in England. Do you get it? But with this documentary coming out and someone who is such a icon when it comes to hip hop music, this will definitely have some type of impact. And you already know, I'm going to tell you from now, I'm definitely going to America for sure, because I've got quite a few followers from my Instagram on there, and we chop it up. KC Plumbing, who's from Philadelphia, so he's one of my guys as well. There's a few other people. Plumber, he's one of my guys as well. Omar, he's one of my guys as well. So I've got a few people who I can bounce about and definitely link up with and probably make some cool content just to see stuff on the other side of the water. I think that'd be a good thing. Just let me know in the comment section if you want to see that. Yeah, let me know if you want to see that. And obviously I have to link the big man as well. Man like Mike, go to one of the shows or something like that. He's been performing at a lot of shows in the summer and stuff like that. You'll see when some of the intro clips come out, and you'll see what I mean. But yeah, it's just a great thing to be a part of. And at the end of the day, I'm doing it all for experience, and it's all coming off of good, positive energy from all of these people who I just mentioned just then. Always had good, positive energy of them. And as well, Mike and the whole camera crew and everyone that came out to film that documentary at the time. It was all just energy, good energy, man. That's all I can say about them. Big up Kelly as well, man. My guy. So I did fit a toilet siphon in, yeah, which was, I'm going to tell you something about this, yeah. So as a plumber, you're going to fit a lot of toilet siphons in. Toilets can be a general problem which go wrong. You got wear and tear, you got life cycle, and you got people just breaking it. So one of them main threes are going to happen on a not on a regular basis, just depends where it is, but it can happen, right? So I've learned over the years, yeah, if you've not installed something before, taking 5 to 10 minutes out just to read the instructions is going to be a big game changer for you. When I mean big game changer, I mean in the sense of, look at it like this. When you know what to do from point 1 to point 2 to point 3, it's easier to understand how you're going to do something. And just do it, because you will get quicker and better and faster at it. Like, if somebody asks me to look at a certain particular type of siphon, I'm going to know, boom, I know it's that straight away, because I've took the time out, first of all, to actually read the instructions, but to ask myself, how does this work? Because look, as plumbers, engineers, as people who are electricians, anyone in the trade, you probably think you know how to, you know, build a small house probably at one point, or build building blocks and build them up properly. Some of us have more information to hand than others, and other people are more practical. Like, I'm a practical person, but I understand that reading the instructions and understanding how something is put together or installed is gonna cut down my time so quick. But I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna understand it, there's many a times I've been working, I've said, oh, that's how that goes, but I'm on my own. I can clearly say that and you're not gonna hear that, but it's figuring something out and an understanding that there's always something else to learn. So like I said, even watching people's content videos and stuff like that, there's so much to get out of the learning experience. Again, if you want to take something from it, take it from it, because I've learned from so many other people online, and I've learned from my uncles, I've learned from being a plumbing lecturer, and I've learned from being a plumber, I've learned from leading the site, I've learned from having 5 or 6 guys on a job. All of those instances are separate, and I've learned different times. I've never took it away and said I know everything. Don't get me wrong, some things you might know and you might get it straight away. There's no harm in that. You get it, you understand it. But there's other things which are more intricate or difficult, which are going to find you in a sticky place. And if you don't have the instructions, you're not really going to have much guidance on which way to go. So take a leaf out of my book, grab the instructions, go through them quickly, and you'll be more confident about what you're doing. And I think that's a big thing in life. Being confident at what you're doing stops the level of, I don't know what this is, or it's too hard to work out. And everybody's been there, innit? I've been there myself at the end of the day. But I definitely think that for the amount of information which we have nowadays, you could do most things yourself, you know. Like, for the amount of information we have these days, I'm going to be open with you in this video and tell you that I have 3 books coming out, yeah? And I have a plumbing handbook coming out as well. So look out for that. And that's from my own experiences as a plumber, being on sites, being on buildings where you are a maintenance engineer or you're a plumber, because I've told you that's where I started my career and in maintenance. So that wasn't the first job, but it was the second job. But it allowed me to learn so much more and understand what I'm doing, and to be able to also tell people as well, break it down. That's where that all started from. I could have done tutorial videos back then because I was understanding how things work. I even know how to fix like bedpan washers. Don't get me wrong. Anybody who's watching this that works in a hospital, they'll know what I mean. But everybody else ain't got a clue. Is what it is. It's just something to take with you to the next stage. Again, these are skills which you rack up during your time. And during my time, like I said, I've been doing plumbing for 19 years. It sounds like a very long time, but again, I know there's always something to learn, whether it's off of somebody else, whether it's doing a new like training method where I can learn a new skill, whether it's doing a new training course where I can learn a total new skill. There's always something to learn. Do you get it? Don't ever always put this down. Like I said to you, I've said it to you before. People that I thought have been, you know, I might have said this man's a bit of a square, he's a bit of an idiot. I've learned something off him. He might have said something idiotic at the time when we were sitting down at work, but he's took me somewhere and he said, oh, do you know how to work this, Jay? And I said, well, not really. And he showed me. Then I've learned something. So this man can't really be an idiot. It's me being naive a bit. But you just got to open your eyes and open yourself into the stage of learning. That's how I've managed to keep going. That's how I've managed to have a podcast. be on an advert on TV, still make content, but also still have a plumbing business as well. So I've learned to manage myself in general. So that's something you need to do to be like a really good plumber, is learn how to manage yourself. Because one man doesn't do everything. Let's just get it straight, yeah? I think a lot of people like to take charge and take this glory of doing everything. And you can't do everything on your own. Me collabing with all these people, that's what makes me the size what I am, or have the platform what I've got. And I'm grateful for it, but I still know that I've had to work. I've still had to put in content. I've still had to make videos like this. I've still had to build my own audience, get my own subscribers, get my own YouTube videos and channel up to 2,000 subscribers. That's what I would like from this video, 2,000. We're not that far off of it. Let's put the number down there. That's what number we're at. See if we can get to 2,000. That's the plan. Set myself goals and set myself up so I can achieve something and get there. That's my whole goal as a plumber. So that's why I make some of these videos and telling you about some of the small jobs what I do, but some of the other things what I do as well, because I feel they're all important when it comes to me. Like I could speak about plumbing or speak about a job all day, but that's boring. I wouldn't even watch that. I don't watch that. I don't watch that at all. The things I watch on YouTube, yeah, are really expensive homes and understanding how the bathrooms are set up and how the house is set up in general. I get great level of enjoyment of watching that. I watch a guy called Ennis. So I think he's the GOAT when it comes to explaining properties like that. And especially for myself, where I'm in high-end properties and high-end villas and stuff like that. So I need to know about these things, whether I don't fully know, but at least I know the basics. And when I have the basics, I can work off of that and try to attain more information if I want to make myself look smarter, but to let the other people know that I know what I'm talking about. Because that's the thing in life. A lot of people are talking, but could you say they know what they're talking about? Not really. And I'm not saying that to be spiteful to anybody. You know, sometimes you have to question the person you listen to and understand if they've got the acclimates or the rewards or the right to be saying some of the things they do say. I'm a person that stands up for myself, so I tend to do that. And you see that in my character as a person, you know. But yeah, what I am hoping to do, and if anybody does know, any good charities that I could start doing some charity work for, that would be much appreciated. So let me know in the comment section. So yeah, just check out my new podcast, what's coming out. There's going to be a video which I'm going to drop, which is all just going to be about VW featuring me on their new advert. And how did I get on it, and how did I get the content, and how did we film it and all that. I'll make that as one video. That video is going to come out soon, right? So look out for the podcast and that video. And I'm also going to have the 10K giveaway on my Instagram. Again, I always want to tell you guys and the people that watch these videos to keep on learning stuff for myself. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you drop a little comment after this video, because it takes me time to make the videos, but I enjoy it. But I also want feedback from the people who are watching it, because I spoke about a lot of things today. I spoke about, you know, the documentary which I'm in. I spoke about me being on TV, but I also spoke about my own podcast and the other podcasts which I've been featured in, which I definitely want people to check them out, because I'm here to give content, but only good quality content, and letting you guys know more about myself, me, Mr. London Plumber. So on that note, I'm definitely out, people. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's get it.